Trapped in a Disco Inferno, the Ozone Nightclub Tragedy. On the night of March 18, 1996, at Tomas Morato, Quezon City, witnessed one of the most tragic fire incidents in the Philippines history. This was a Ozone Disco tragedy. It was a Monday night, and the Ozone Disco was overflowing with energy. Not less than 300 and more than 400 young people, many of them fresh graduates celebrating the end of the school year, filled the small club that was only 50 square meters wide. It was meant to hold just 50 to 100 people. The music was loud, the dance floor was crowded, and the atmosphere was joyful. But at exactly 11:25 p.m., just before midnight, a spark believed to be from faulty writing near the DJ booth ignited. At first, many thought it was just a part of the disco light and effects. But within a second, thick smoke filled the room, flames crowded across the ceiling, and the panic broke out. Desperate to escape, the crowd rushed to the main door, but the door swung inward and quickly jumped as the people pushed against it. The only other exit was either locked or blocked. Some tried to squeeze through small window, but the smoke was too dense. Only a few staff members knew of the secret passage that led to the restaurant next door. In the chaos, some clung to the walls. Others crowded low under the smoke, while a few smashed glass to escape. At 12:05 a.m., March 19, 1996, firefighters arrived, but by then, the fire had already consumed the overcrowded interior. 162 people were found dead, and 95 severely injured, and 18 bodies left unrecognized. Investigation revealed shocking violations. The first one, the disco was overcrowded when 400 people inside when the capacity was only 50 to 100. The second one, the electric circuit was overloaded, causing the spark near the DJ booth. The third one, the main door swung inward, a violation of the National Building Code, especially for the establishment like bars. And the last, there were no fire exit, no sprinklers, and no one fire extinguisher. After 5 years, the owners were convicted of reckless imprudence resulting in multiple homicide and injuries. They were sentenced to 4 years imprisonment and ordered to pay a total of 20 million pesos in damage and penalties. In 2014, or 14 years later, the Ozone owner and several engineers who issued permit despite clear violation were found guilty beyond reasonable doubt of violation Section 3 of Republic Act 3019, also known as Anti-Graft or Corrupt Practice Act. They faced 10 years imprisonment. What interests me in studying this crime story is very personal. I am also a party goer, and that makes me curious and concerned about my own safety. This story caught my attention because it is more than just history. It is a lesson directly applies to me and people like me enjoy nightlife. Learning about the Ozone tragedy makes me more mindful about the place I go to, safety measures I should look for, and the value of being prepared. Ozone Disco fire remains a painful lesson in safety, negligence, and accountability, a reminder that one night of joy can turn into a lifetime of sorrow when rules are ignored.